Okay, last thoughts on Cloudbuilt before we call it here. I think the first word that comes to mind for me when I think Cloudbuilt is unlikely, right? It's very unusual to see an indie dev come out with something of such high quality on the gameplay side. In my mind, when I think indie dev, I think, artsy, focus on the story. I've got a big, cool, mystic world to tell you about. The game part is kind of secondary. Perhaps that's just my personal prejudice, but to see an indie game that's so solid on the gameplay fundamental portion of it is really refreshing. It just seems uncommonly good for a developer's first game. On the other side, Cloudbuilt is also a highly specialized game, I think. Catering specifically to people who like to get really, really good at a level and run it to perfection is something that has been tried before with Dust Force, right? So the same challenges that game faced will probably be present here. Probably the market share is smaller, might not be as common of a demographic. As a consumer, maybe it's not for everybody, but I'm sure the people exist. Another reason it's unlikely is the price point, right? Anybody in my daily life that I talk to about video games, if they hear the price point $20 on an indie game on Steam, it's like 3 strikes you're out. It's just, we've become spoiled a little bit with low prices, I think, where you can I'll just wait for the season to be right and I'll buy $1 and I'll find a gem and it'll last me for days, That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get the idea. People don't want to part with their cash for unknowns, no matter how good the reviews may be. Anyway, to wrap this up, I don't know who even listens to these inane ramblings that I put out anymore, but if you're within earshot of the sound of my voice, assuming it's your choice and you're not tied down or something weird, know that beyond all my sarcasm and my starkiness and all that crap, Cloudbuilt is a good game, and that's the truth. I recommend give it a shot. Or don't, I'm not your mommy. Now I think I'll stop updating. For another 8 years.